going on? You're a Fanatic here with
Little more.
Welcome to episode 45 of The Drive. The Bulldogs situation is probably the biggest talking point. We've also got Origin on tonight, so hopefully I upload it today.
That's what I think of Gus.
Yeah, the Bulldogs situation is...
I still can't get over how I'm getting more cranky than you.
Okay.
I'm furious.
We'll start with the Lachlan Galvin Bulldogs Gus. Okay, firstly, I'm gonna say my piece first, because I normally ask what you think of a situation. I'm starting this time. I genuinely think the Bulldogs will fall off this year because they are signing Lachlan Galvin. Lachlan Galvin, I'm not saying it sounds like I'm saying Lachlan Galvin's a terrible player or whatever. No, if he went to the Eels would play a lot better and they'd start. They haven't been on the incline. Yeah,
let's not diss them.
They would start maybe contesting for the scraping into the 8. But joining the Bulldogs, who have been the best team in the comp, they have gelled so well. Everything the last 3 weeks they've played a bit bad because they lost to the Dolphins, and the 2 weeks before they'd had to come back to win the games. But the fact that you're gonna take away the best season the Bulldogs have had probably ever. To at least start a season, I don't know.
Since 2014, we'll say that.
Sure, at least when they last made the grand final. The last 10 years, they're just playing as good as they kind of can, just to have Lachlan Galvin come in and ruin the entire thing. It makes no sense, especially he doesn't fit into the team. Him coming into this team to shuffle everything around and just have. And whatever that was working, now we're changing it. It doesn't make sense. You don't change what doesn't need to be fixed. You have now Toby Sexton's gonna leave, Mahoney's gonna leave,
he's gonna play where?
Yeah, apparently you've got 2 5'8" battling for the halves. I mean that was kind of the same thing that was happening at the Tigers, but I guess Luai's more of a halfback than Burton would be.
Sure. And that's not a comparison.
Yeah, and you could have had Galvin and Sexton. You could have had Burton in the centres, Critter at fullback, or something like that. Made it work like that. Have Burton at 14. You could have had Galvin at 14. You could have done anything. But now they're changing it to Burton at fullback, or they're going to change it to Galvin.
Is he going to play lock?
No, I don't think Galvin. I think he's coming in as a half, and then you're just going to get rid of Toby Sexton and Mahoney, who I don't even know why Mahoney's getting kicked. He's a hooker. He isn't even involved in the shuffle, so I don't know why Mahoney's getting.
I got a few ideas on that, but I'll let you keep talking first.
And there's the talk. Well, firstly, Tigers offered him $1 million. I think it was actually. It was either $1 million or it was $6 million over 5 years as well.
I tell you what's happening with
go up.
Can I tell you what's going on with that Tigers contract?
Yeah.
Because they're upping him now, and for next season, and after that, it was going to be $1 million a year.
Yeah. So, you've got him on
$650.
Yeah. And then they're going to sign him for $700K when he could have been getting $1 million. And there's also the fact that, firstly, Isaac Moses has screwed it all up. He's now lost $30K from this one player, so it's not like he's trying to get money. So if Galvin just really wanted out of the club and he's dealing with all Luai and Taruva and that, why would you go to Bulldogs who have all those ex-players of Critter and Burton and Kickout? And not only some people are yeah, that's dumb, and then some people are because Buzz was saying this on Triple M that you're just going there with Luai and Taruva's mates, and they're not gonna want you in the playing group either. And then all the comments were saying, "Buzz, this is a reach," and it's I don't think it is at all.
They're all Panthers boys.
They're all Panthers boys, and the Panthers had the strongest team culture ever. Now the Bulldogs have a really, really strong team culture, and not only have you got those ex-Panthers players, you've got Toby Sexton and Mahoney's mates. You've got just the entire playing group that okay, this is perfect. We're doing as best as we can. We're top of the comp. We're a premiership threat. Let's bring in Lachlan Galvin and shuffle it all. I genuinely think it starts to go down. Bulldogs maybe even fall out of the top 4. I don't know. They aren't a premiership threat anymore to me. That's genuinely what I think. I think they're going like I want the Bulldogs to do well. I like the Bulldogs fan base and all that. I would love to see them win the comp if it's not Tigers, which, let's be real, it's not going to be Tigers. I'd like to see the Bulldogs win the comp, but I now don't think that they will. I probably had them as like them and Storm as my two favourites. Now I don't. Now I think it's Storm's comp again.
Okay, can I have my say?
Yeah.
Okay. I think Gus is a serial liar.
I was going to get to the Gus and stuff.
Okay. I did not like the fit from the start.
Yeah.
So Bruns, look at all these players getting shuffled around. Read my, you know what? I think the Bulldogs will be better without him. He draws unnecessary attention to the club. They lack a genuine half. Sexton has been pretty damn solid, right, all year. So that's two people that are getting probably shuffled on because of this Galvin thing.
Yeah.
Thirdly, everyone that's going to get shuffled around is so bang hot in form. Brody Cherry has been brilliant.
Yep.
Like Sexton, I would say, is overachieving. Crichton's been outseening again, and
Connor Tracy has been.
Tracy's been peaking so hard, and now you want to sacrifice all that for this bloke that's still
19 years old.
Yeah, exactly. Like the only thing that makes the most sense to me if you're going to move something around is Burton goes to left centre, and then you just go Galvin to 6. But like,
and then what?
Bronson Cherry goes on the outer, like just boot him out from the club then or something.
And that's rough on Bronson Cherry. Like Bulldogs don't need a mid-season signing to shuffle the whole team around.
Like, you know
what they've got works. You don't need to change everything just to get this kid in.
I was saying I think their spine could be improved. I'm not saying it can't, but to me, a straight top like DCE going to the ball and Sexton falls out of the rotation. I can cop that because like that's a straight swap. That's like all right, just same position, just a million times better. That makes sense to me. Does that make sense to you? Or Pappenhausen goes to the Dogs or something like that. Yeah. But all this shuffling around for a bloke that's only played 1 year is just like I wouldn't have done it. I know I bag out the Bulldogs probably a bit too much, but they've shut me up. Yeah. I put my hand up. I had the Dogs Storm Grand final after the comeback against the Rays. Now with all this mucking around, I just think can unsell the squad massively. Like look at the fallout already from it. Like with the Sexton and Reed Mahoney getting tapped on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Grant, I think Hayward Hooker is going to be a better fit for the Bulldogs.
Yeah.
But moving these other blokes around to fit Galvin, I just don't think it's worth the risk.
Was Hayward not coming up as a half?
He was coming up as a half, but he's also more than good enough to play hooker. Okay. So that's why I'm at with that.
Yeah.
Now can I bag out Gus yet?
Okay, I was going to move on to Gus and Chamis now. The 100% footy, that segment
was brilliant. Must see TV.
Yeah, it was. I loved watching it, and like I have always been a Gus fan. I'm gonna be honest. I love.
I've always hated him.
I love when Gus talks, but this whole situation, Chamis called. Firstly, I said it in the comments of that video. Michael Chamis might be the best reporter in the com. He not only got kicked off 100% footy because Isaac Moses was scared of him, scared of what he'd say to Mitchell Moses. He's now he stepped back. He's like, okay, like he didn't fight it. He's like, whatever then, sure. And now he's gone and just absolutely grilled Gus, stood his ground.
I love it.
Normally I hear reporters talk. And I'm like, what the hell are you? You're just trying to talk to get a clickbait thing. No, he was spitting facts. He's like just calling Gus out on his crap, and it's like, I respect him. Mark Chamis, probably my favorite reporter in the com, and yeah, like I've always been a Gus fan. I like when Gus talks and the way he talks about rugby league and what he says about the state of the game. But the way he's handled this Galvin situation is like, oh, we're not interested. He's a really good player. He will be playing Origin and like blah blah blah. But we're not interested. And I think he said like he wants him at the club in the future or something. Didn't he?
Yeah.
Or am I making that up?
No, he's been.
Yeah, he's been.
Yeah.
He's been.
He's glossing him up.
Yeah, glazing.
Buttering him up. Buttering him up is the right word. I would say actually, sorry to interrupt you. This is the biggest tampering job. He's the best project I've seen come through. Well, you know what? I believe Bradley Clyde debuted for New South Wales when he was 19. Fittler was a youngster too when he debuted. Falau was a youngster when he came through. Inglis came through. He started playing Origin in 2 years. So, mate, he's obviously trying to get Galvin's attention to join the Bulldogs. Also, I'm not sure if I told you, December of last year, he made up with Isaac Moses. So that's no surprise to me.
I found this out very recently.
Did I tell you this yesterday?
Yeah, you told me actually.
Okay. Well, mate.
The fact that Gus and Isaac Moses... Firstly, I'm Isaac Moses' biggest hater. Buller, please get a new player manager. I do not want you to leave the club. But, like, I don't want the Tigers to deal with Isaac Moses anymore. Meaning...
Being him from the club.
Buller, get a new player manager. Because if Isaac Moses... Clearly, he doesn't like the Tigers. I think he's Tony Suka's player manager, and he's just re-signed. So I'm like, great. But... Yeah, I'm Isaac Moses' biggest hater. The fact that Gus and him have made up now, it's like, well, convenient because now.
Garvin.
I think I was like dead set that he was going to Para, like because I thought that deal had been as good as done.
Yeah, same.
Like it's his former club, which honestly kind of poor Eels. Like they should be getting him.
No. He should go to who wants to. But I'd rather him... I can't believe I'm saying this. Remind me to slap me later. I would rather Galvin go to the Roosters than join the Bulldogs.
Yeah. Like,
And everyone knows how much I hate the Roosters here. You want a coach that's going to bring the best out of you. Robertson's a gun coach.
yeah.
Is he a development coach? I don't fully say yes or no on that. But they're a better, more established club than the Bulldogs, aren't they?
Yeah.
And there's where your money would go. With him and Sam Walker in the halves. So.
Yes. The Roosters halves right now, Hugo Savala
And Sam Smith are carving up.
They are carving up, but at the same time,
DCA is basically...
They ain't Galvin. Galvin's a much bigger...
profile.
Bigger name, has a lot more potential. So yeah, it would make sense if you went to somewhere like the Roosters.
But saying that the Roosters, though, have basically locked up DCE, though.
Yeah, it'll just seem so weird seeing DC in a Roosters jersey.
Anyway, can I back out Gus one more time, then we change the subject? I've made a list of all the times he's lied. He lied about... He extended Griffin, he went out the next year. Matt Moylan was promised to stay there.
What was the first one?
Griffin was extended in it left the next year. Moylan said he would have a club here for life. He gets moved on the next year for a swap with Mahoney. He said Barrett's going to be here longer than me. He sacks him 3 weeks later. We're not interested in Leo Thompson. Signs him 3 weeks later. Galvin. Now, mate, he's got so much form of being a serial liar. He's tampering big time, and then flat out leading all the other clubs astray with all this Galvin talk. Said, "Oh, we're a development club." We're clearly not a development club, mate. I need to look this up. Remind me to look it up when we finish today. How many people have gone in and out of the Bulldogs since he has joined? I reckon since Gus has joined, I reckon they've got the most players in and out combined.
Yeah, it'd be up there. They're
definitely not a development club.
The turnover
is ridiculous.
Yeah, it's
I'm just sick of him. I would sack him from Channel 9 because, like, he's obviously leading clubs astray.
It is a conflict of interest having him on Channel 9.
And then, if I was the Bulldogs, it's also not a good look because, like, how flustered he got with Chamis, and it's just basically outright lying, like, saying how much we love him, Galvin, and all that. See me in the bedroom and all that. And then he just all this shit, like...
Yeah.
I would sack him from Dogs and 9. He should be able not to do anything. One or the other right now. But I hate him that much. He doesn't deserve it either. He should get bashed.
Like
he should get bashed
when Chamis is like just constantly like
owning him,
calling him out. Gus comes up with an excuse, and then he like counters his excuse. And then he's like, "You're putting words into my mouth. Mind your manners, son." I was like, "Damn, mind your manners, son."
I didn't see that part. That's great.
Yeah, at the end, he's like, "Mind your manners, son."
And then cut commercial randomly.
No,
wasn't it?
They cut to something else like, Gus, the way he uses his words made it seem like he's good at twisting stories, but not
the media. Mate, you were tampering before the media started talking about it, mate. So it's not just the media, mate. You just got owned. And then they had to randomly cut to commercial with it. And then apparently during the ad break, they were like still getting very lippy and expletives were getting exchanged.
I didn't see any of that, but wow.
That's what I heard.
Yeah.
I was more any sauces, not the Big Mac sauce.
Not Big Mac sauce.
Not Big Mac sauce.
Special sauce.
Special sauce.
I was watching with Mum and Dad, and Dad was saying how he tells different media outlets different things, and he'll like tell 19 other media outlets one thing, and then he'll say a specific quote to one of them, and then that one quote he'll be like, oh look, I've stated that this, but the other 19 media outlets he talked to and didn't say anything along those lines. It's like he does that with different media outlets. I don't know.
He's the ultimate gaslighter.
Yeah.
Like he needs to get hammered. I want to punch him. Charity boxing match, Mort versus Gus. Let's book it.
Yeah.
Oh mate, I followed him.
I only just learned 100% footy is pre-recorded. I always thought it was live.
They always say the live in the corner, but yeah, I don't believe it either. So
yeah, it is pre-recorded because it was that clip that I was watching live. Everyone's like, "Oh, it's been on YouTube for an hour." I was like, "What?" Like I thought I was watching this live TV. Yeah. No, it's pre-recorded, but they still posted it, so
that's weird.
It's good. It was pretty eventful. That
was crazy.
Okay,
fair play, Chamis though. He needs a pay rise.
Yeah, we'll move on from the Bulldogs, Galvin, all that. Anything else we want to talk about before Origin?
The Fanatics Cup. How good is that?
Yeah.
Fanatics Cup. Mate, I tell you what happened there. The angels from heaven said Galvin's not scoring. That's what happened.
Yeah.
That is exactly what happened. Do you believe me?
Probably, yeah.
That's exactly what happened, because that person's favourite player was Campbell Graham out of the current playing group, and that's what happened. Like the angel said, "You're not scoring today, Galvin. Yeah. South must win," and that's exactly what happened.
And the thing is, it was in the last year's Fanatics Cup. Rabbitohs were up. No, Tigers were up 16-12. Rabbitohs score. The try gets disallowed, and then in this year, Rabbitohs were up 16-12. Tigers score, and the try gets disallowed. It was a complete reverse.
I wish I filmed myself, because my family members I was with, was with his little son. I said, "All right, let's go." I'm like, "Hey, wait! I think he dropped it." Then I see the slow motion. He see it fall out of his hands, and we just erupt. It's like kind of paraphrasing from you, like, "Wait! The ref's doing something." Yeah. Oh, mate, if I wish I recorded myself, it would have been the biggest parody.
And like the way he kicked the ball made me think he actually got it down. Like the way he kicked it into the crowd and celebrated.
Oh, he's a serial liar, like just like Gus. So he fit him well there at the Bulldogs.
Like if he got up and celebrated normally, I would have been like, maybe he didn't score. But like he booted it into the crowd. Like, yeah, I've just won the game. Just for him to drop it. It wasn't as much his fault. It's more of a Campbell. But he had a shocker game. He had like he got sin-binned. He threw a forward pass. He threw the ball to the floor. He
shit.
Let's drop that, bomb that try. So Galvin had a shocker there. Okay, we've only got 5 minutes left of this drive. So Origin is tonight. State of Origin game 1. Who are your predictions? Anything else you want to talk about? I think the build-up has been kind of boring.
Yeah. Hate's a very strong word. Fucking, sorry to swear, but like, get the passion going, mate. I miss it with Madge already. It's been 1 year and I miss Madge stirring them up already. Yeah,
like we've got Madge last year, glass houses, and then this year, hate's a strong word. Like Laurie Daly, what are you doing? Like actually, what are you doing?
People like him make me not want to go for New South Wales.
You hated Fittler. I didn't understand him. Daly's pissing me off. Like the fact that he didn't pick May, he didn't pick Keon, right? He also picked Stefano. Why?
Extended squad, yes.
Why? I don't care if it's extended. Why?
But how about the people you invite to as extras? Adam Dewey, Cody Ramsey,
Hamish Stewart, and Jacob Bresson.
Yes. That was random as.
It's random as. Like when Freddie was doing it, he's picking Campbell Graham. He's picking Amoli Olakwatu, people that will play Origin. Let's be real, maybe Preston, I don't think Dewey. I don't know about Hamish Stewart, but that's like years away. He's not
That was random as
Blues. He's not Blues extended squad. Like, I don't know if it was the Blues giving them the Blues experience and Origin experience, or if it was to be like, I don't know, Cody Ramsey might be an inspiration story. They're like just being opposition training, or if it's like actually calling them up and giving them the Blues camp. But it's like, I don't know, it was kind of weird. But yeah, like, did you see Terrell May on Matty John's show with his Esche bag?
Oh,
that was good. And then he puts on, he posted a story for his Twitch stream saying, I'm not wearing the bag. And then John Bernard's thing on Instagram, he put a thing saying, like, do you hate Terrell May? And he's like, oh, hate's a strong word. And then, like, Terrell May said he wasn't gonna, he's, what did he say? He said something about Laurie Daly needs a, I can't remember. But, I don't know, Terrell May, he does not care. He says to the media what they want to hear of, like, I'm going to do what I can to get into the team. But then he
doesn't care.
He doesn't care. He's so... I love Terrell May. He's now my second favourite player in the comp, behind Buller. But yeah, I just love Terrell May. I do want to see him play Origin, but I don't know if he will.
I think he's bent his bridge with May a bit with these comments, but... Yeah. You know what? Daly doesn't deserve him, to be honest. If you're not going to pick him after how good he started, you don't deserve him right now.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, apparently with 30Ks, they're like, not a minute away anymore.
No, 3.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
Anyway, I think he's got a strong team really well. I really hope Max King's starting, to be honest.
Yeah, I
was like, he can do that, Joe Burrow. Tackle his ass off for 20s, and then Barnett, you do your little anger management, like folding cunts with, I did not mean to say the C word.
That's fine.
I said crap.
Yeah.
I said crap, didn't I?
Yep.
Yeah. Anyway,
Max King, I feel like he copped a lot of crap joining, but like
he's done enough to play. But unfortunately, Keon and I believe May have played better than Max King.
No,
it's not a bad team.
Even Max King, I'm
okay with.
Yeah, like
but not over May or Callum.
Especially like he's been the best part of the build-up. Max King, all his like the inspirational stories of his story coming up and getting like to this point.
Yeah.
I'm so happy for Max King. I'm not a Max King hater. I just think Terrell May should be there. Not even ahead of Max King, just somewhere in the squad. Because I think Max King does deserve his spot. Okay, final predictions. Who wins tonight? What's the score?
Queensland win 1-12, and I will do Hammer anytime try scorer. It's in Queensland. If they're going to win a comp and make a serious competition of this, I think Queensland win tonight.
Queensland do usually win game ones. They've won the last 3, I'm pretty sure.
But Latrell's going to murder Robert Toya, though.
Yeah.
This will be the last time you see Robert Toya in this series.
Wow.
Latrell was going to murder him.
You don't think he holds his own?
He's going to get munched.
Yeah.
I've seen it in person. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I think New South Wales win. I'm always going to pick us regardless. But New South Wales win 1-12, 13 plus. We'll go 1-12, and
who's going to score? Not first try, just any time. I reckon it's too hard to pick first.
Bizza doesn't score very often, but I think Bizza.
Well, you know what? Outside of Latrell, he's going to give him that space. Yeah. Him and Latrell have linked up pretty well in the past for the Blues, so
I'll go Bizza anytime. That's it for this episode of The Drive. Also, if you haven't seen the recent posts that we've been cooking up on the Aero Fanatic, we hit Tigers have now had 5,000 days without a game of finals, and I did the biggest Tigers collab of all time, so go check that out. There's 3 different parts, so if you only saw one part and then saw it again later in your feed and scroll past to think it was the same post, no, they were different posts. I just stuffed up the title slides and made them all look the same. I got all these different Tigers creators, so go check them out if you haven't on Instagram. And then we also did a Queensland all-time Maroons draft. I smoked Mort. You can You can go see the teams for yourself. People are saying you picked like the Blues coach. People said you picked like Laurie Daly. So
absolutely not.
Go let us know who you think won that Queensland draft. Go to our Instagram, check it out. That's it for this drive. Up the Blues. See you all.